It's the curse of the
So
Kardashian. I blame
yeah.
Lamar. I blame Lamar. He brought this bad mojo. He had the whole family in the building.
Yeah,
So you
he
could deal with
did.
one. He had the whole family in the building, and we haven't been the same since.
Haven't been right since, man. The trade deadline for the NBA has come and gone. The Los Angeles Lakers roster as of today, it looks totally different. It actually looks like a roster that can compete in the playoffs. But with the Lakers, it always comes this age old adage: are they going to be healthy enough to even make a run? Because the players are there. Now, is the health going to be there? We got our man out in LA, Deron Tyler, back on the show to discuss all things Los Angeles with us, man. Let's get to it. All right, my man. Thanks for joining us again and getting back together on a little 1v1 here. Talking to Lakers, we're after the trade deadline. So, trade deadline, the Lakers basically flip the roster.
It flipped it.
Flip the roster. To me, it was so badly put together before, and again, there's only so many games left now, and they're playing catch up trying to scramble. But first off, let's just start there.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you think of the trade line additions, subtractions, and what the Lakers look like as of now.
So that's a lot. So before it was, I was the one just say, okay, let's just pack it in. Let's do what the Warriors are doing. Let's pack it in. We're not going to win it this year, and let's build. I was like that, but then once we got because I didn't think we could get the pieces. Like the pieces, like all LeBron teams, the pieces have to align. And even now, basketball, how it's going, it has to align. Like the last time we talked about wing defenders. Lakers had none. They had no wing defenders. So we had to get wing defenders and we had to get shooting.
Right.
We went and got Vanderbilt. We went and got Beasley. We got wing defenders. Then it was, okay, we're small. Then we went and got Mo Bamba.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got big. We got shooters. And the thing I love about Vanderbilt is he can guard. I mean, he can guard KD. He could guard Luka. He can guard, but he doesn't even have to play offense. Mm-mm. So LeBron doesn't have to play defense because he doesn't have to guard KD. Then it's like, okay, who's going to guard the guard? Oh, we got Malik Beasley. We got Schroeder. So now it's like we got defenders for wings, this and that. Then AD doesn't. Man, he did what he was supposed to do. Rob Pelinka did what he did back when we didn't get Kawhi. And when he put together that great roster. Then he put together this great roster. And I remember talking to my boy, my cousin. I said, we have a better chance of winning the championship than staying healthy for 24 straight games.
You're 100% correct. 100% correct.
My only fear was, can we stay healthy for 24 straight games?
Right. And that's the problem, man. It's just, the thing about it is that it's for basically 3/4 of the season, because that's where we're at right now. 3/4 of the season, it's just like, what did you see? Not you, I'm talking about Rob Pelinka. What did you see that everybody else already knew? This is not going to work, man. The way that the roster is put together right now is just not going to work. So what are we doing here?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what he saw. I think maybe teams were trying to take advantage of the Lakers too. Like, look, you got to give us those 2 first-round picks.
Westbrook he's a good player, but he just doesn't fit with AD and LeBron. I mean, so you need, if your best 2 players play in the paint, you need spacing to make them better. That's what and we went and got Westbrook. I mean, we traded Westbrook. Okay. That's cool, but it was like the pieces that we got, and we got great pieces. I mean, we got D'Angelo. Like I'm a D'Lo fan. Like I miss D'Lo.
Snitch Russell.
Hey, I miss D'Lo. You know what I mean? So we got him back, and then he got hurt after off a freak play, and it was that's when I text my boy. I said, man, we just ain't gonna make it.
Well, the thing about it is with D'Angelo can score the basketball, man.
Yeah.
He can score the basketball. And he doesn't have to be ball dominant to
Mhm.
be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to have the ball in his hands to be, all the time and
Mhm.
can only create for himself. That's not his thing.
No.
He can play off the ball. And I'm not saying he's just this crazy off the ball shooter, but basketball heads, we know he doesn't have to have the ball in his hands,
Mhm.
constantly to be able to get his shot to get some points up. And that's literally what the Lakers need
Yeah.
when you got LeBron on your team.
Yeah.
Because look, we love LeBron. LeBron can't play different ways. LeBron can play
Yeah.
one way.
Yeah.
He got to have the ball and create. And
Yeah.
whether it's for him or other people, he just can't play that way.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So I think the Lakers are so much better. It's like, why didn't we put this roster together at the beginning of the season? Because like I said, it's like people were taking advantage of them. Like, no, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. Now that we're at near the end of the year, okay, we'll go ahead. And it was almost like people wouldn't help the Lakers, even though they were trading you players. People said, nope, not doing it. Not doing it.
Yeah.
But I like the way that they're put together right now.
Nah,
I do.
I totally agree with everything you said. I just want to touch on D'Angelo. The reason I love D'Angelo, because he comes off that pick and roll going left.
Yes.
And he could go and because he's big. He's 6'7".
He's
so
big.
He could pull up, shoot the jumper, and he's a willing passer. I was just seeing him and AD running that. Then you have LeBron probably on the baseline cutting. I'm just like, oh, this looks good. And we had one game of that. One game.
He gets hurt. LeBron gets hurt. And look, and that's going to lead me into the next thing. This LeBron thing, if you thought that you came down on somebody's foot and twisted your foot like that, and you really didn't, because we all saw it like, no, you didn't step on anybody's foot. Your foot just, whatever happened. That's a problem, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem that I don't see. Again, I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but if it's really that hurt, he may not come back for 3 weeks.
This is the thing, man. When you old, you get hurt.
Yeah.
Like when you're old, like, so if you get hurt at 35, you can sprain an ankle. You're injury prone.
Yeah.
Just because you're old. Because we're not going to, like, when I go out and play basketball with my son, I'm like, man, should I move? But you think in your head, I'm not going to do that because I could get hurt. So it's not like, so every thought, every movement is like, man, I don't want to. And Bron's
it's calculated.
38. It's calculated. And Bron's out there, he was out there playing like he was Kobe. When we went down and Kobe said, I'm just going to play 48 minutes and tell D'Antoni, you can't tell me that. Kobe was subbing himself in the game. LeBron was doing the same thing, trying to bring us back.
Right.
I hopefully it was trying to bring us back. I don't want to get into that. Trying to bring us back. Hey, I'm just saying, I don't know if he was trying to bring us back or he was looking for that scoring title before the Bucks game.
I think it's a lot of both.
So I don't know which one, but he was playing a lot of minutes and he was doing his thing. But at the end of the day, you're still 38. I don't care how you move. That foot is still 38. Them hips, them back, everything, it's still 38. And that's the problem. And now he's injured. And like, this is the thing. He's injured. We still have to wait for AD to get injured. AD's not going to play 24 straight. So AD's going to get injured one of these games. He's going to have to miss at least 4 games because there's no way he's playing 24 straight.
No, he's not.
He's not.
Hopefully Russell comes back quickly, because again, that was a freak accident. You're going to take the ball out of bounds and you step back and a guy's behind you, step on his ankle and twist your ankle. I'm like, come on, man. I mean, at some point, the Lakers got to have some good luck with some injuries because otherwise, I mean, it's just, I mean, how does that happen?
It's
my goodness.
It's the curse of the Kardashian. I blame Lamar. I blame Lamar. He brought this bad mojo. He had the whole family in the building.
Yeah.
So you could deal with one. He had the whole family in the building, and we haven't been the same since.
Haven't been right since, man.
Since the Chris Paul trade, Kobe tears Achilles, Nash plays one game and breaks his leg or whatever he did.
Right.
We win a
Right.
championship and it's in the bubble. Like, we just been having bad luck. LeBron's been. I blame Lamar. That's the only thing I blame the curse of the Kardashians. I blame the curse of the Kardashians.
Well, I think the Lakers, like I said, and like we both said, the roster as a whole is different.
Yeah.
It's a much better team. I think Rob should have went out of his way to try to get this roster earlier than later, because I think the Lakers lost a minimum of 5 games that they should have won. They just gave those games away. Then there's probably another 10 to 15 games. If their roster is what it looks like right now, they win those games.
Yeah.
So they're the problem with it is that, and now they're so far behind, they're trying to catch up. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, man. With this injury, I don't know. You tell me, as a Laker fan, as a diehard Laker fan, where we're at, 22 games to go, can the Lakers catch up and get, I don't think they're going to get to a 5 or a 6. They're going to be in the play-in at best. Do you think they can stay healthy enough to do it?
God. So we have Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And we're asking ourselves, can Anthony Davis stay healthy? I'm a AD fan. I think AD is the best big man in the NBA.
Right.
As long as Doc Rivers is still coaching Philly.
Embiid.
Yeah.
Whew.
As long as Doc was coaching Philly, Embiid's not the best player. But I love Anthony Davis. But he just can't stay healthy. So he has to stay healthy for what we have 22 left. Mm-hmm. So I like our team. I have to see, because we have a big game tonight against Memphis.
Yeah.
I want to see how we look against Memphis. Not if we win, but how's the morale? How are we playing? Who's scoring? Who's taking the 28 points?
Right.
From who's taking those shots? So it was always a struggle to get to 10. Mm-hmm. But the problem is them 6, 7, 8 is those are dogs now. Like once you get in the playoffs, that 7, 8, 9, 10,
they got to come in doing something.
Those teams can hoop. I mean, Dame right now he's in there. He's doing the same thing, and Dame
he is,
and he ain't like it. Ain't like they got some sorry scrubs. I mean,
no,
we got a lot of work to do. So it's just about getting there, and hopefully, it's tough. I don't even want to say no.
A key guy, Hachimura. I think he can do more than what the Lakers are asking him to. I know the last game he played 11 minutes. I think he can do more. He's big. He can score. He can shoot. He can defend bigger. I think he can do more than what he was doing against the Mavs last game. I think he's going to be big for the Lakers. I really do. I think he's a key.
I hope so. I don't watch Gonzaga.
Right.
My TV, my cable just don't go to that channel. So unless it's the tournament, so I haven't seen him much, and I'm still waiting that they say he's a shooter. I'm still waiting for him. He has enough, a lot. I see potential, but we got 22 games. I'm not looking for potential right now. Not
right now.
We looking for let's get a bucket.
That's right.
And I like Vanderbilt, and he's who made it. Like it's hard to. He's gonna have to step up since Bron's out, because I like Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt plays defense, and
he does.
And it's hard to get those minutes, because you got AD, you got Bron. They're playing 30 plus. You know what I mean? Vanderbilt, he's playing how many ever minutes that score's playing. Luka's playing, or KD's playing, or whomever's at the wing. So it's going to be hard to get minutes. I hope so, because it's his time.
Yeah.
I don't know what his contract situation looking like. I think he's up, isn't he?
No, because I think he's just been in for 3. Yeah, I think he's got another year.
I think he got a qualifying offer. Yeah, correct. I think he has a qualifying offer. So he's looking to get paid. So that's always a good thing when players are looking to get paid.
The reason that I like Vanderbilt, I'm like you and I like Vanderbilt, is because first of all, he got a second lease on life. He's going to the Lakers. He got out of Minnesota, and he's going to the Lakers. He's like, okay, great. Now I know my role. I don't have to score. All I got to do is go and play as hard as I can, get as many rebounds as I can get, any garbage bucket, that's what I'm going to do, and guard. That's all he's got to do, man. Now, it sounds like that's a lot, but in the grand scheme of the NBA, it's not that much, man. And especially for a role that's defined for you, a lot of guys don't find that, especially after being traded. So that's good for him, man. No, I like what the Lakers got there.
I know. I love Vanderbilt. I went and looked at how many years we have him for. I'm like, okay, we good. So we got him.
He's young,
too. He's young, and he plays defense.
He plays defense.
That's what when I look at players, I always look at, okay, what are we gonna get from you defensively? Okay, right. Because everybody, like Jamon said when he was at Rico at UCLA, only 2 people play however they want to play on each team. Everybody else have to find a role and play defense.
Right.
And like you said, Vanderbilt, he knows his role. He's going to play defense. Malik Beasley, he knows his role, and he's playing defense. So
absolutely,
and he's out there shooting the basketball. I mean, we looked. God, I thought we
looked good. Man.
I thought we had an opportunity to win a championship.
Yeah.
Like I went that far. I liked the way our roster was put together. I said, okay, I remember I said we have a better chance of winning a championship than staying healthy.
Here's the thing: if LeBron's going to be out for a minute, if that's the case, it is what it is. But if you can get Russell back, I think that helps.
No, it definitely
if you
does.
can get him back, that is absolutely that's going to help, because just for what he can do on the offensive end of the court.
Yeah.
I believe that helps tremendously. So you got to get him back, as soon as humanly possible, to take some of that scoring burden off of AD and others. So here's the last question, and we'll wrap it up here. Clippers are looking good, man. I know you're Mr. LA, and I know you're Mr. Laker, but the Clippers, to me, look good. I was one that didn't think that necessarily that it will work with Westbrook. I didn't like the fit, but I'm rooting for Westbrook. I want his career to end on that kind of note. You know what I'm saying? Just I didn't want it to end like that, because the guy plays way too hard for his career to have to end on a sour note of everybody constantly dogging him about how he can't win a championship. What do you think that their chances are? Not necessarily versus the Lakers, but what do you think their chances are? Because, Kawhi, he'll miss a game or 20 games here or there too. So what do you think the Clippers' chances are now with Westbrook and what they look like currently?
If you had to take this Clippers team and put them into last year and have to play against last year's talent, I think they win the championship easily.
Yeah.
But this year, you have Boston. You have Milwaukee. You got Phoenix. You have Denver. Like, you have rosters. You have the Lakers if healthy. Then we still ain't even talk about Memphis. So I mean, these teams are loaded. So then you have the Clippers. Like, the Clippers are their one problem was they needed a point guard. Because if you watch the Clippers, they play so slow. They play half court. I mean, they walk the ball up the court, but they can shoot the basketball. They have shooters everywhere, but they just play at a slow pace. And they're just real careless with the basketball late in games, even during games. Paul George he's 6'9". Someone needs to tell him to bend down when you dribble, dude. Like, you're really 6'9". You think you can go tween right in front of a 6'1" guard. I mean, Like, that's what happened against the Kings. That game, they won the game like 4 times, and they just turned the ball
over.
Just gave it away. And so Westbrook brings that, and Westbrook brings that ability to get to the basket and break down the defense that they really don't have. He brings that missing piece. But the thing about it is man, it's hard. I mean, like, I don't like the Clippers. I mean, it is what it is. But they have so many LA people on their team, like Paul George, Kawhi, Russell. You know what I mean? They got 3 LA, so I'm anything LA. You know what I mean? I'm a root for. You know what I mean? So,
I got
but
you.
at the end of the day, I don't. It's going to be hard because I don't know how much of their team is defensive minded because they don't really have anyone to guard. I mean, you have Paul George and Kawhi, but your best defenders. It's hard to have your best defenders, your best offensive players. So
Yeah.
you're gonna ask a lot from Paul George and Kawhi and Clippers do load management like nobody else. I mean, Clippers,
Correct.
like I've never seen anybody do load management. Like they sat Paul George out the Kings game in double overtime and after All-Star break. Like
Correct.
he didn't go to the All-Star. He hasn't played since Wednesday. He had a whole like 8 days off and he sat out
Yeah.
the last 5 minutes. So I was like, God, look at the Clippers are tripping. So
Yeah. And it's not just that. It's those guys aren't young
no,
either.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
not young cats anymore, man.
yeah,
I mean, they've been at this for a minute. So it's, and I'm right there with you. There's a lot in the West. There's a lot everywhere. The West,
yeah.
the East, and teams are they're different than what they were last year. I think the Clippers got a shot. I just don't think they have enough to get out of the West. I don't think they're going to make it out of the West.
It's going to be we really could say there's a lot of teams that have opportunity to win in the West. And it's basketball. I have never seen this much parity in a long time to where you actually have no idea who was going to win it. It was kind of like that last year, but it was just survival of the fittest last year is whoever's healthy. I mean, at the end of the day, last year was who's the healthiest team? Golden State and Boston. Okay, you guys go get it. You know what I mean? But this year, man, if everyone stays healthy, it's gonna be great to see, man. It's gonna be
absolutely.
That's just hopefully like we talk about. Hopefully Russell can get healthy. Hopefully LeBron. But the thing about it is his foot, man. LeBron's still what? He's 280. God.
I mean, it's not, like I said, a foot like that. Those things usually don't heal in a week.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I still think they got a shot, though. Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you jumping on here with this. And again, we'll get you back as soon as possible.
Already.
These playoffs are going to start heating up. So,
man. Yes, man.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either, man. It's gonna be exciting.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you.